Back again for another stream. How we all doing? Everyone good today? Sun's out, guns out, as they say. So yeah, guys. Only a quick stream today, but obviously, Manchester United against Man City tomorrow, 4:30 kickoff. For me, it's a must-win game. I think it's a must-win game for United, and also as well, it's a must-win game for Man City. I think for me, Man United. I think if Man United get out of there with a draw, then I think they would have done well, because I think if you compare, form of both teams, actually, I think the form is pretty much equal. But I think United losing that game against Nottingham Forest, I think it's going to be, I think the confidence will be low for sure. And obviously they got that Lyon game coming up next week, which again is a must win away from home. But Man City, obviously, they've got the FA Cup coming up and they've got the top four, and they're going to need to win this game. So the fact that Chelsea won the other night and Chelsea are now back into fourth position, and I believe Newcastle have got a game in hand as well. This is a game that City have to win away from home, And again, as I mentioned with United, for me, United need to... I think if United get a draw, I think they can come away from there thinking, that's a decent point. Obviously if they get the win, it's even better. But I think with what's coming up, them getting a draw, and then the Lyon game is what matters for me. So as I said, man, I think it's going to be a crucial game tomorrow, 4:30 kickoff. How do I think United line up? I think Anana will be in goal. The back three is going to be interesting because, again, the game in mind, obviously, against Lyon on Thursday. I think Matthias de Ligt, obviously, there has been rumours that de Ligt might be rested, and I think that'll be a good thing. I think Maguire probably come back in as the centre back, and I think either side of Maguire, I think you're going to see Lenny Yoro and possibly Nusayr Mazraoui. I think out of that back three, I expect de Ligt not to play and be rested for the Lyon game. And obviously, I think he's carrying a bit of a knock as well from his ankle against Nottingham Forest. So I think there's no point risking it. So I think you might see, Lenny Yoro, Harry Maguire, and Mazraoui. The wing backs, I think, again, pick themselves. I think we're going to see Patrick Dorgu and Dalot again. No surprises there. Again, I think if one of them pick up an injury, because United are quite light in that position, if one of them pick up an injury, again, it's going to be a problem. So is Amorim going to change at least one of them? I can't see it. I think he plays both of them because the options ain't there. Or unless he wanted to, rest Dorgu and play Mazraoui and Dalot as the wing backs, more defensive, and then play Lindelof along with Lenny Yoro and Maguire. Big up official Roblox. Yeah, big up for coming on. But yeah, I think he's not going to rest Dalot. Dalot plays every game, so I expect to see Dalot and Dorgu. But if he's got Thursday in mind, he might spring a surprise, but I can't really see it. So I think Dorgu and Dalot will play wing backs. The midfield again, he's going to play Bruno back in there again, and I think he plays Ugarte with Bruno. I don't think Casemiro plays this game. I think if Casemiro is going to play either game, I think Casemiro might play. I think Casemiro might play the Europa League game away from home with his experience. Yeah, big up Sanya, man. Big up for coming on. So yeah, I think big up Katie Gamer as well. Yeah, I think he's gonna play Bruno, and I think it'll be Bruno Ugarte, and I think Casemiro will be rested. Then the front three will be interesting for me because I think Højlund definitely starts the game, because he didn't play the last game, and I think he dropped Xerxes back into the 10, and I think he plays. I'm gonna say he's gonna play, Or he could play Ugarte, Casemiro, Bruno, Xerxes, and Hoyland. He could do that. You know, I think Garnacho might be used as an impact sub. Talking about football, big up though. Big up S2, is it S2K World Gaming? Yeah, big up. I think he might play, and unless he plays Bruno further forward and plays Bruno, Xerxes, and Hoyland, to use Garnacho as an impact sub. Because I think Ericsson should start, but I don't know if Ericsson starts. Kobe Minu again, I think he's back in training, but I don't think Kobe Minu will start the game. So he might play Garnacho, Xerxes, Hoyland, and then play Bruno, Ugarte, or he could play Ugarte, Casemiro, Bruno, Xerxes, and Hoyland. I think if he was to try and go with a Bruno, Garnacho, Hoyland as a front three, I would just say, yeah, that's the game done. So yeah, that's how I think they're going to line up. Man City, I think City will line up Ederson in goal, Ruben Diaz, Josko. I think they might play similar to what they've been playing. So they might play Diaz, Gavardio, Matthias Nunes as a right back, and then I'm trying to think who else the defenders are available now. Nico O'Reilly, he might keep his place and play left back. So they might play Gavardio, Diaz centre back, O'Reilly left back, and Matthias Nunes as a right back. I think he might keep that same team, because bearing in mind that's the team that come back and beat Bournemouth and beat Leicester, so he might keep the same thing. And then the midfield, I think he's gonna play. He might start Nico Gonzalez to kind of get more control of the game. And then he might play, I think De Bruyne might be on the bench for this game. I think he might play Gundogan and do you know what? If I'm City, I play Grealish in the 10 again. Whether he's gonna do that or not, I don't know. But if we're going for the last game, he should keep with the Grealish, Gundogan, and I think it was Nico Gonzalez in there. Or was it Bernardo Silva? It might be Nico Gonzalez, Gundogan, and Grealish in the 10. And then Savinho from the right, Doku from the left, and then Omar Marmoush as the striker. I think he might keep more of the same, Pep, you know, to be fair. And I think if he does keep more of the same that beat Leicester, you know, I think City will fancy their chances, definitely. And then have the impact subs of a Foden, obviously Bernardo Silva. I mean, I would start Bernardo Silva, but I can't remember if he started Bernardo Silva last game. And I think having Nico Gonzalez, having his physical presence and the fact that he can control the game, I think will be key for City in this game as well, you know. But yeah, I see City winning this game against United. I'm going to go for... I'm going to go 2-0 City. I think City win this 2-0. I don't think United score, if I'm honest. I think City win 2-0. And I think if City get the first goal early, I think they'll probably sit back and catch United on the counter-attack, you know. So, again, it's going to be very similar to what Nottingham Forest done, you know, in terms of getting the first goal. Because United can't break a low block. And, again, with this manager, I'm not quite sure how he's going to line up, you know. If he starts with a Xerxes in there, I think he's going to play Xerxes as a 10. And then, you know, I mean, he's going to play Hoyland. You know, I'll start Cheeto, give Cheeto a game. You know, let Cheeto's fresh legs, you know, give Man City a problem. But if he starts Xerxes in the 10, he's going to play Hoyland, and then it could be Garnacho or Bruno in there. And for me, it's not going to be good enough, not going to be nowhere near enough. So, yeah, I think that... Yeah, I think that he's in a lot of trouble, man, if he loses this game for sure, because the confidence is going to be low. I know everything's riding on Thursday, but we'll have to wait and see for that one. And then, obviously, guys, today, obviously, Arsenal losing ground in the title race, but if I'm honest with you, there was no title race, you know. Obviously, drawing 1-1 with Everton. And you know what? A player that I forgot as a left 10 that could be an option for United, which, again, I don't believe United go in for him. But Iliman Ndiaye, you know, formerly of Sheffield United as well. I think he's a Senegal international. You know, he's a very good player. And he's the kind of profile that United need to kind of target in the summer. You know, someone that's a ball carrier, someone that's good in tight spaces to create, You know, he's a goal threat as well. As you can see, he can take a penalty. And I think someone like him, you know, again, I don't see United going in for him, but he's the kind of left 10 that would thrive in this Amorim system if he's still here. So United should be looking at a player like him. Obviously for Arsenal, you know, title race is done. It has been done for a while. I think they're now 11 points off of Liverpool, and Liverpool got a game tomorrow. I can't remember who actually Liverpool are playing, but the title's finished now, and obviously Arsenal now will be focusing on the game, I believe, on Tuesday against Real Madrid, where obviously they got a few injuries. Gabriel, you know, I don't know if there's any other injuries that they got to contend with. I think Yuri and Timber come back today. But it's going to be all they're going to be up against it, against Real Madrid. And as I said, Real Madrid for me are the clear favourites. You know, this is Real Madrid's tournament, you must say. And Arsenal got it all to prove. And again, this is the only tournament realistically that Arsenal can say, you know, they've got a chance, because the league title's done for me. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm going to predict Real Madrid. You know, even if Real Madrid get a draw in the first leg, I expect them to finish the job off in the second leg for sure. But yeah, guys, only a quick one. Big up yourselves for coming on. As I said, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, make sure you do. It's like Gav Goes In. And make sure you smash that like button, guys, on the way out. And again, if you got any comments to put in after the stream's done, make sure you put that in. You know, again, if you're a football fan, wrestling fan, boxing fan, UFC fan, as I said, yeah, make sure you you put that in the chat, or put that in the comments after the stream is done. And as I said, big up yourselves for coming on. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. And guys, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Gonna do the reaction to the Man United Man City game. So I'll be doing that straight after it's finished. So yeah, if you haven't put your notifications on, make sure you do. And big up Rats and Gamer, bro. Big up every time coming on. Only a quick stream today. So yeah, guys, make sure you catch me tomorrow after the Man United and Man City game. I should be live straight after the game tomorrow. If I'm not live straight after, you know, I will be on slightly a bit later. But again, make sure you smash that like button, and make sure your notifications on to see when I go live. Yeah, big up, bro. Good luck tomorrow's game. I mean, to be honest with you, I've already said it. I can see City winning the game 2-0, you know. And as I said, I think he might change the team slightly, but the game's on Thursday, which is what's going to matter, you know, because this Europa League is key. And I think the full focus obviously will be on that. So, but I can see City winning the game 2-0, because City need to win this game to get back into the Champions League, you know. And United's focus, as I said, is Thursday. So we'll have to wait and see, man. But yeah, big up yourself for coming on, guys. As I said, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification button as well to see when I go live. And I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow. Take it easy.